Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the Zodiac series. These Zodiac Tarot Cards of Truth readings are coming out at the same time as a mutable new moon in Sagittarius. However, all four mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, have some similar characteristics. They all share being the end of season signs. Gemini spring, Virgo summer, Sagittarius fall, and Pisces winter. With that energy, they all have the ability to see something through to completion. Lots of energy to run with an idea that has accumulated all the bits and pieces of information and creating something worthy of it. There's a restlessness nature to mutable signs. They ebb and flow in their non-committal openness with an ability to move spontaneously, shifting values in order to find what feels right. That's the high vibe energy. The low vibe energy is basically getting out of your own way, where you actually decide on a path, even if it means scrapping it later. You'll know what your takeaway from that is. So that's the energy that these readings are under. So check your own astrological charts, keep a paper and pen handy to jot down your ideas, figure out what your strengths and your challenges are, and hopefully with whatever is transiting in the sky at this time for you, you'll be able to sort through what the cards can share. So, okay, let's get started. Okay, Aries, here is your card reading. The top card here is a direct message from your daimon. We're going to ask, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? Here on the right, the masculine energy, what you kind of already know, that chatter in your head. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on my creative energy? And over here on the left with the feminine energy, we're going to ask, what underlying misconception needs to be visited? This will be your intuition. So let's get started and flip over the cards. So you have a 10 of clubs in reverse, the High Priestess, very nice, and the Magician in reverse. Well, right off, this is a very interesting reading. The 10 of clubs relates to the Magician. It is the dark club 10. So there you are. The spades and clubs both share the Magician card, being a 10. So this is really interesting that it's in reverse as well. So let's think about this 10 of clubs and what your daimon is sharing with you about where you should put your focus of your energy at this time. So it's in reverse, and ordinarily, if it was in the upright position, this would be about just getting on with your daily routine, nose to the grindstone, just really getting things done with a lot of happy energy. So as you can see, he's quite focused and pulling it through and just really getting to work. The clubs are about intellectual pursuits. The 10s are your ecliptic, your life path. So it's an important card for you to be. And where it's in reverse, your daimon is telling you that it is time to take a time out. Just a little bit. You know, I always say it could be a cup of coffee, cup of tea, just sitting and thinking about things, just taking a breath, taking a walk around the block, maybe further. And, you know, it could be a good night's sleep. It could be an hour meditation. It could be any little bit or as long as it needs to be. You will know. Your daimon will let you know. And while you're waiting for it to pop, you keep that ear open and your antenna up, and something will click for you. It is in reverse, so let's talk about that for a second, because the 10s, they are about manifesting. So it's, as I said, time to take some time out. It's whatever you put forward, you get back. That's again a 10 trait. So in this reverse, it could be maybe some stubbornness or some judgmental behavior going on. It could be possibly happy in the work, but have this underlying feeling of, it's not what it really used to be, and all good reasons to take that time out. So your daimon is suggesting at this time, showing you that the best place to focus your energy right now is making that pros and cons list and figuring out what you want to shift. So take that time to do that. And you know, with that High Priestess card, that is in your masculine position. So this is what you know that this sort of thing works for you. You've been here before, you've done this before. The High Priestess brings that seed of the epiphany to you from the Magician. So it couldn't be any better than this. It's just saying that to take the time out that you need to be reminded that this is your process, probably, while you're hearing this. Being an Aries, you are a fixed sign, so it could be that you just have that willpower to push through anything that might be in your way. You're a cardinal sign, so you're used to seeing the big picture and kind of stepping over what doesn't work for you. But now your daimon is telling you that you need to stop and listen and look and really kind of be in tune with what those bits are that you're stepping over. This is a new moon energy. So here you're going to want to really pay attention to that pros and cons list and understand where you want to put your energy next, what you need to let go of, right? And what you need to start building. So, yeah, what else can I tell you about that 10 of clubs? It is, yeah, I think that the Magician, let's talk about the Magician card here for a second, because it is in reverse along with that 10 of clubs. So this is something that is blocking you or that you're not quite aware of. And I think that's where that thought of the pros and cons list and just taking a moment to really focus on what's at hand at the moment. The Magician is, again, all about manifesting as well. It is also a life path card. It's you knowing what you want and having it happen. So all the more reason, it being in reverse, to make that list and to really take some time to sort that through. The upside or the downside of this card being in reverse is that it may feel like you have maybe misdirected or haven't focused correctly on what you need to do. Maybe you've gotten off track a little bit. Maybe it's made you feel unmotivated or unmaximized. Being an Aries like you are, you always want to be putting in 100% and doing 100%. But if there's anything in those transits at the moment that's challenging that, right? That could bring you down into a lower vibration. So you really want to stay out of that being impatient or ramming, if you will, ramming through whatever is in your path. Just telling people, places, and things to get out of the way. You're coming through. That direct, strong, aggressive will that you can pull on when you need to. All good when it's on the right path and in the right direction. But if it isn't, and you need a moment to really kind of just settle into that direction that needs to happen. I mean, the cards here are telling you already that you are basically at a crossroads, that it's time to, I think I said in the beginning, start that process that you know you do. Like that, okay, I get it. I need to go have that cup of tea. I need to make that list, and I need to prioritize the do's and the don'ts at the moment, what to let go of and what to keep, and move forward on with gusto. Because that High Priestess card is all about expanding that creative energy that you're going to find through that pros and cons list. This you know. So the underlying misconceptions of the upside down Magician card is just you recognizing that you are once again, like on that wheel to bring that back around for you. All right, so I hope this helps. I hope it resonates, and thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Ask a question. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you. Okay, Taurus, here's your cards. The top card is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and will ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is your masculine energy, with what you already know, what's familiar, what's chattering in your head. And here we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? On the left is the feminine energy. This is where your intuition, your emotional feelings, that's where they are. So we're going to ask what underlying misconceptions need to be visited. So let's flip over the cards and find out what the message is for you. Ooh, Jack of Clubs, very busy card there. Masculine is the Justice card in reverse. And the feminine is Judgment in the upright. Wow. Wow, there's a lot going on in this reading in just 3 cards. We've got a lot of energy from a lot of planets. So let's start with the Jack of Clubs, because this is the direct message. The Jack of Clubs is a great card for your daimon to be delivering. It encompasses Uranus energy, great creative, out-of-the-box thinking. And it also encompasses the aces and the 2s and 3s, very fast-paced. You've got that ace, that epiphany of an idea. It moves quickly into making that connection with the 2s, that moon energy, and right into that Mars energy of the figuring it out, how to get it done and getting it done. And with the jacks, it's all about getting it done. It is having that bright idea and taking it through to fruition. I'm looking at this and realizing that you've also got both of the 5's energies out of the cards of truth. The Justice card is the red 5's energy, and the Judgment is the black 5's. So again, a lot of sorting through what works, what doesn't work, what to glean for nuggets from it, and coming up with this fabulous idea of the Jack, of whatever this is going to be for you. So yeah, the interesting part again about the Jacks is that it's also Sagittarius energy. That's where it relates to in the tarot. So you've got Sagittarius, new moon energy. You've got Jupiter, which is the fives energy. You've got justice and judgment, a lot of movement there. So let's break this down and talk about the Jack of Clubs again, because I love the Jack of Clubs. This is that immediate connectivity to something that is sustained and you can carry it through to fruition. It's fast-paced, it's clever, very capable, and it's sort of it does have the energy of a messenger of an idea, and it's clear-headed, right? It's clear. You know where to go. So all good with that Jack of Clubs. So then we pop over to justice. So this is what's chattering in your head. This is what that inner critic, really, with it being in reverse, is trying to mess with your head, I would say, a little bit. Because when you're on to something big, oftentimes there is that fear that you're going to fail, that it's not going to work, that something's going to mess it up, that you're going to mess it up yourself. That's that inner critic's voice, but it all really comes from being afraid to try or afraid to fail, which really, if you look at the flip side of that, it tells you that you are on to something big. So stick to it. You've got that Jack of Clubs in the upright position. Your daimon is telling you that this is a good, positive, beautiful thing that's coming your way. So pay attention to the Justice card, because it's a lot of good information for you there about just what that critic is saying. So, and understand where it's coming from so that you can address it, you can pull the thread on it, you can understand where that voice is coming from, and you can integrate that into your creative energy. It's beautiful. You have such an opportunity here. It's really, really, really lovely. So yeah, with that critic, just do a morality check, pros and cons, get out that pad and pen and jot down what comes to you in your intuition as you are pulling the thread on that critic and what it's saying. So don't dodge the responsibility of it. Keep an eye out for it trying to wiggle this way and that, because you know it's going to, and stay honest, because there's a chance that that inner critic will, impede your clear thinking. So it'll send you down different rabbit holes, if you will. So you're going to be very on with this. You're going to be very direct. You're going to keep it high vibe and let that inner critic know that it's okay. You're going to give it a try. You've got a lot of fives energy here, so there will be some sorting through. So let your critic, your inner critic, know that, and that with every fail, you are going to have a very worthy, positive takeaway from this gift that you've been given. The Judgment card. Okay, so here is where your intuition lies. This is your inner feelings, your emotional self. So check in with that sacral chakra and put one hand on your sacral that's just below your belly button and one on your heart, and do a meditation with just feeling that circle being completed. You can even touch your fingertips while you're doing it, your thumb and your little pinky, and just complete that circle. Check in with all the chakras so that you can be at your energetic best. Okay, so Judgment, it's in the upright position, so this is good. And this is the black suits. This encompasses the clubs in the fives. So that is the card. The Five of Clubs is the card of the social dance, I like to call it. You are pretty much doing the two-step through whatever you've got to step through, doing it very well with a lot of energy and good positive thinking. You're happy in it, which is also a Jack's trait. In the upright position, you're happy to do the work. It feels good. You love accomplishing something. And as a Taurus and a fixed sign, you've got this doggedness, this bullishness, if you will, to stick to it, almost to the downside of all of that, and not being able to get out of your own way or to set something aside that might not quite be working the way it should be working. There's a glitch in it some way, but you just want to push through and have it be done anyway. So do look out for that, Taurus. This is you in a good way. You are just really independent. You love your material goods. You're very determined. Your second house ruled by money and possessions, so you're gonna find what feels good eventually. The shadow side of that is that stubborn behavior, so allow for some room for that, and you should be good to go. That Judgment card is really about making a change for the better. It's listening to that spiritual messages from the heavens that be, and it is, really being at the apex of some significant stage of your journey, and being able to intuitively and intellectually. Now, let's not forget that, because the clubs are the intellectual suit, right? So you're going to be able to make that journey to the end of whatever it is coming for you, and you're going to be doing it in style, baby. This is really, really lovely. What to look out for in that is that inner critic. So do check your transits. See where your strengths lie. See what's going to challenge you. You can just go and read it in your daily horoscope when it gets around that time, and watch a couple of videos on new moon energy. You'll find some links in the description box and in my channels that I listen to. They're all good. You'll find something really worthy there to help you maneuver through this gift that you've been given. Okay, so thank you for listening. Give it a thumbs up, ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, Gemini, here are your cards. The top card is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and will ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is your masculine energy, with what you already know, what's familiar to you, what's chattering in your head right now, and ask the question, how can I expand on this creative energy? On the right is your feminine energy. This is where your intuition is, your emotional feelings. So we're going to ask what underlying misconceptions should be visited. So let's flip over your cards and see what message is for you. So you have the Nine of Diamonds, the Two of Hearts, and the Empress in reverse. Very interesting reading. I love this. First off, make a wish. This is your wish. It's gonna come true. She's got a basket of wishes It's all about feeling the goodness of life, being able to basically make a wish and have it come true. And then you've got that Two of Hearts. That is just making the connection. Super easy, right there for you to do. It's in the upright position. You're going to do some nurturing, some naturing, and open those windows and just let that fresh air in, because it is all good. You hold the lock, you hold the key. This is moon energy. It is your intuition, knowingness through and through, because this is your masculine energy. This is where you know exactly what you're doing. This is what is chattering in your head. You are on your way. You already know what's going on. So what about that Empress in reverse card in the feminine? Interesting to have here, because there's some controversy going on for you. The Empress in reverse is more about, well, it's more about having a feeling of being unsettled, or something holding you back, like a fear of success. That chatter in your head that's telling you, maybe you're not ready for it, or it's not going to turn out as good as you think, or maybe just having a creative block that you've gotten so far, and now you just kind of feel stuck. You don't know which way to go. Well, that makes a good wish, doesn't it? And, well, it may be that you're feeling too dependent on some other something, like a person or a place or a thing, and feeling like you don't have what it takes to move forward on your own, feeling unconfident. So that's the Empress in reverse. So that may be where you have some unrecognized fear, if you will. And it's always good to pay attention to these fears, because that is really gold. You are going to be able to recognize it. You're going to be able to pull the string. You're going to see where it comes from. It is such juicy, creative energy to integrate into your craft that it's really being given excellent opportunity to take everything up a notch. Of course, you want to keep it high vibe. So talking about that, the Nine of Diamonds is basically channeling abundance. You've got what you need to do this. It's really deep insight. So the idea of doing some meditations around this wish and really checking in with your heart chakra, your sacral chakra. This is all about connecting the heart and that creative flow. So actually put your hands, one on the area just below your belly button, one on your heart. Keep your little finger and your thumb touching and make that connection, and just think about it. Keep a pad and pen handy so that you can jot down whatever pops in and let it go. And when you're done with your meditation, it can take whatever time you want it to take. You can revisit as often as you want, but you will figure out beautiful timing with the new moon in Sagittarius to make a wish. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful, because you know as you're going through this process with that Two of Hearts, there's no way you're going to fail. This is just such beautiful energy. Even whatever that critic in your head, that Empress in reverse, has to say, it's all good. It's all golden. It's all worthy of a deeper look, a deeper exploration. I love the Two of Hearts here in where you're at right now. This is what they call in the cards of truth a semi-fixed card, which is really lovely. It is something that is more stable than most. So, and I have to say, I just realized it is the Empress card. It represents the Empress card. Yeah, the red twos is the Empress. The dark twos, the black twos, are the Emperor. So you've got the heart, the Two of Hearts, and the Empress card. So it's going to be kind of a battle of wills for you here. I just realized that. That's going to be a little bit of a struggle between what your head is telling you and what your heart is telling you. So don't ignore the attitudes and don't of both, and don't get in that stuck hypochondriac kind of withdrawn or conflicted behavior or ways of thinking, because that's the kind of thing that is going to visit you in this. It's interesting that you could be having some fantasy around that, some delusions. It's, well, meaning I'm trying to say is that it's a way to self-manipulation. So try to hold that in compassion for yourself and see it as more of an opportunity to listen with an open ear, a diplomatic ear, write those fears down, write down whatever it is that you need to really visit, that your intuition is sharing with you. And as I said before, just pull the thread. There's so much juicy, good energy there for you that it would be a shame not to. And I want to go back to the Nine of Diamonds for a moment as well. That Nine of Diamonds is K2 energy. So this is kind of big energy that you have brought with you from a past life. That's big. It is past life energy. It's your south node. So definitely go and check where your transits are, where your astrological chart, your birth chart has placed your K2, where that's at. If you knew where your daimon is, that would be even more perfection to figuring this out. But you've got a brilliant life lesson here that it is basically time to rethink it. You're going to delve into this duel of thinking, and interestingly enough for you, Gemini, but you've got a wish to come true, right? You've got your head and your heart talking to you, and you're going to figure it out. And when you do, you're going to know exactly where to make that wish. And you're going to be able to figure out another piece of your karmic puzzle, because you're going to be able to rethink something that you have brought with you from a past life and really bring it to light and, well, basically finish out that karma. Very possible. Big or small, that is up to you. All right. Well, thank you for listening, Gemini. And if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. All right. Thanks. Okay, Cancer. Here are your cards. The top card is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and will ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is your masculine energy. This is what you already know, what's familiar to you, what's chattering in your head right now. And ask the question, how can I expand on this creative energy? And on the left is your feminine energy, with where your intuition is, your emotional feelings, that compass, that inner compass. And we're going to ask what underlying misconceptions need to be visited. So let's turn the cards over and see what message is for you. Ooh, 6 of Diamonds, very psychic card. 2 of Diamonds, great for making a very good connection, value. And you've got the 9 of Diamonds, very nice. This is a Make-A-Wish card. So, the direct message from Source, that 6 of Diamonds, very interesting. You can see she's very in tune. This is validation from an outside source. So you're already getting accolades for whatever it is, maybe accolades from your daimon for being really good on your path. Cancer, we know you've got that cardinal energy around you. This is moon energy, of course, and it is all about being in touch with that fluid intuition. You're on the cusp of the summer solstice, and it's just a really lovely time for you to kind of, there's just like the very quietness about this reading. It's you in that contemplation, that security of being in touch with your daimon and, just familiar with it. It's very nice. The 2 of Diamonds also is super nice to have here because that is not only in that dreamy, intuitive part of you, there is an actual coming together of something of value, bringing that into manifestation. And it's going to happen pretty quickly. You're going to make that connection. You're going to see immediately where things are. You're just going to know intuitively what needs to be done. So, and then you get to make a wish. All upright position here. And it just feels like this really quiet, intuitive gentleness about this reading. So let's explore a little more about the 6 of Diamonds. Because, as I said, it is that energy around being validated from an outside source. So you're already on a pretty good path of knowing what you're good at, what you want to keep going with, what feels right. You're connected to all of that. You may even have very interesting and vibrant dreams. I would say you probably are. You probably feel energy and are able to channel that really into something that is manifests into something that's great, something that you can actually get, like rewards and being having that satisfaction, that joy around what you do. It's interesting that it's related to the Devil card in the Cards of Truth, which, the Devil card, it is all about you knowing you, basically, and well enough to know what gets in your way, what you've explored, what keeps cropping up, what that inner voice versus the one that it's the feminine and the masculine really at work, that Devil. You've got your what you want, what you really, really want, but is it what you really, really need? And it would appear that you visit that conversation in your head often, and you really know how to pull the thread through whatever comes up for you. You're a card reader, most likely. You probably know a little bit more about astrology than most people. You are know how to be quiet and listen, and you know, as a cardinal ruled sign and an intuition ruled sign, exactly when to step up and when to make a presence. And probably putting that through with your craft. I mean, I could see this being a really fabulous filmmaker or just a good storyteller with whatever it is that you're doing, and how to put those two together. I mean, that Two of Diamonds is just your daily life of connecting the dots. This is beautiful. This is Empress energy, being a red 2. And interestingly enough, it is connected to in the tarot, it's connected to the Two of Pentacles, which is Capricorn and Earth ruled, and is also ruled by the Devil card. So I gotta love that. You know, it's just, again, saying that you know yourself incredibly well and how to do this. You've got a worthwhile opportunity, and you're going to connect to something of value. So yeah, I don't see a downside to this reading. That Nine of Diamonds is interesting. If there is a downside, it's there in your intuition. And only because it's something to investigate as a something that you brought with you from a past life. This is something so ingrained that it's kind of your go-to. It's just something that is immediate reaction for you, or a thought, or a feeling, or a judgment about something. And the nines are all about deconstructing that, letting it go, and making room for something better, some epiphany that changes your outlook on things. So the nines are a lot about letting go. And the diamonds are about values of people, places, and things. But this card, this one is like having a wish granted. So I don't know what your wish is going to be, but I'm sure you're going to make it a good one. You're going to listen to your daimon. You're going to probably cast a reading for yourself, and maybe you have a pendulum that you like to use. You know, I'm a sun sign Cancer, and this is exactly what I do. So I'm really feeling a connection to this reading, and I hope you are too. It really, really has a lovely connotation, especially with that making a wish card, because if you're anything like me, you're going to make a wish for the greater good, whatever it is. So, yeah, I think that's it. Just really pay attention to what comes up for you. Of course, take a look at your transits, what's coming over for you at this time. Read your daily horoscope. It'll tell you a lot. And understand that this is that new moon energy. So, what better time to prepare yourself for having a wish grow and see it come into channeled fruition for you. All right, well, let me know in the comments if this resonates. Give me a thumbs up if you would. I appreciate it. And ask a question if you like. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you. Okay, Leo, here's your cards. The top card is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and will ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is your masculine energy, which you probably already know. It's what's chattering in your head right now, what's familiar to you at this time. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? On the left is your feminine energy, and this is where your intuition lives, that emotional feelings that you have. So we're going to ask, what underlying misconceptions need to be visited? So let's turn the cards over and see what your message is. Six of Spades. They call that the healthiest card in the deck. Ooh, Four of Diamonds. This is having enough. And you've got the Queen of Spades in reverse. Now that one's going to be interesting. She is the no bullshit queen. So in reverse, it might be something of a little bullshit going on. But let's take a look at the Six of Spades first, because this is the direct message. This is that energy that is to be visited at this time. This is where you're going to find your creative energy to explore and just reap the benefits from. Your diamond's heading your way. So yeah, it's all good. It is, like I said, the healthiest card or reflection of that. This is being healthy and being recognized for it. The sixes are all about being recognized from an outside source. So outside validation of people, places, things. You just are really at the top of your game in that way. Very nice. It has Venus energy in the cards of truth, which encompasses the lovers, which is great because that is obviously connecting to what you need and knowing what you need, being well aware of how to get there from here. And in the tarot, it is related to the Aquarius, and that's related to the star. So that is like a direct connection with your diamond. So you might want to consider that when and if you're doing any meditations around the reading and the new moon. I would recommend it, of course, because things will pop for you. And you'll get some other things to explore. You might as well, if you're in that zone, what better light to be looking at things with? Because as the Six of Spades, you're going to be like finding a completion of an ordeal. There's some personal progress that you're going to be going through, finding some peace of mind. These spades are all about finding remedies and cures for whatever is ailing you at the moment. So, and I shouldn't just say at the moment, even though this is a reading around the new moon, it could go much deeper than that. It could be karmic. It could be. And while you're in that state of feeling really good, knowing that you are physically and mentally in a position where you can delve into and really, really get your teeth into whatever it is that source intends for you. And gosh, that looks good. With the Four of Diamonds, that's beautiful. The Four of Diamonds is all about having enough. You're not going to have to worry about things for a little while. You can sit back and relax a little bit. So you're probably already feeling the benefits and the rewards from that outside validation of the Six of Spades that you've been getting or are about to get. And you just know from knowing that that always feels good. It's going to set you up to be in a position where you're good to go. Fours are very stable, and this is around an emotion and a feminine intuitiveness around knowing what's right for you. It is knowing your values about things. It is having that connection between heart and soul, mind and body, that spirit and ego. You're just in a really good spot to launch whatever it is that you feel like you need to start. I mean, this is a new moon energy, so yeah, go for it. You clearly are on the right path of doing that. So, what about that Queen of Spades in reverse? So this is your intuition. This is where your emotions are. So perhaps you're not quite trusting that that's what it is. The Queen's very busy energy. They've got a lot to do. But if you want to have something get done, you give it to a Queen. The thing about the Queens, the low vibe energy, what you're going to need to really consider and take a real good look at, because being in reverse like this, it could be that inner critic, that voice that says, oh, well, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get too big of an ego. Maybe you need to do something more. It's not quite ready yet. It's this, it's that. And there's some resistance, some harsh inner voice trying to control and being a little rude, even manipulative. That's that Queen of Spades in reverse, that shadow, low vibe attributes of her. So please check your transits. Please check your chart. See what your challenges are, because you're going to be challenged by it. It's going to be the balance of all of this lovely confidence on the other hand. So, which is great, really. I mean, you can look at it as a gift, because the spade suits is the remedies and the cures. So this is something to do with you having the opportunity to really figure something big out for yourself. This is about having that 4s, 5s, and 6s energy. The Queen of Spades is really high vibe energy. And she's got, like I said, the 4s, 5s, and 6s. They are Neptune energy. And that's of that 4s, like 4s of the black suit being the spade suit. So it's not the 4s in the diamond suit, but it's that same sensibility where for the spade suit, that 4 of spades that the Queen encompasses here is all about rest and rejuvenation. It's having a time out to do what you need to do. So that is one big clue for you. It really will benefit you to do that meditation. Take a little time. Just treat yourself to something that feels good, feels comfortable, but has something to do with you figuring out a remedy or a cure for some physical or mental something that needs to be tweaked. And then it is the 5's energy. So the 5 of spades that this Queen encompasses is all about letting shit go. You don't need it. It's time. It's out with the old crap and in with maybe some new crap, but it's new. You're done with what was, and it's time to move on, to take with you the bits, not a lot, just the bits of the essentials of what you know to be true, to be working for you. And the 6s, well, you see the 6 right there, the 6 of spades. You get to move on to something that is super healthy, super good, super clean, just perfect and ripe for the picking, and get validated for it from an outside source. Couldn't be more beautiful circle that you've got going on here, and a lovely, lovely energy for this new moon, because we're talking about a Sagittarius new moon, and for you, Leo, being a fixed sign and in that house of creativity, you've just got so much here that you could connect with. I mean, in your high vibe, you have that lovely fire energy of getting something done. Just this masculine spirit. And people love you. You know, you just exude that buoyancy of that Jupiter energy that Sagittarius is all about. You're there. You're full of it. You're the sun energy. So, yeah, it's really perfect for you to keep hold of that enthusiasm that you have, and understand that in the end, once you work through whatever this queen has in store for you, you are going to just shine all the brighter. That magnetism is just going to have so much more strength in it. It's really a lovely reading for you, Leo, and I'm pretty excited that you're going to get this opportunity to see something come full circle, and it's healthy and beautiful. Yeah, another piece of your puzzle for you. Bravo. I really like it. And you know, it as I said, if you want to look at your transits to see what your challenges might be, or what your attributes are at this time that you have in your pocket to, you know, be all that more secure in your securities, and be able to really, you know, just check out your horoscope. It'll tell you where your transits are at, and you can explore through that a little bit and really find out about what is necessary in that queen, that for taking a little respite and to sort things through, just gathering up the bits that are essential, and then moving on with that and coming up with something brilliant with that Six of Spades. Wow, really nice. Okay, I hope this resonates, and very encouraging reading here. And let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Ask a question. I'll do my best to answer. All right, thank you so much. Okay, Virgo, here are your cards. The top card is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and will ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right side is your masculine energy. This is what you already know, what's chattering in your head right now. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? And on the left is your feminine energy. This is where your intuition, your emotional well-being, your feelings, that's where they are. So we're going to ask, what underlying misconceptions should be visited? So let's flip over the cards and see what message is for you, Virgo. So you've got the Five of Clubs. Very busy figuring it out. Ooh, Queen of Clubs. This is a really nice card to get here. And the Death card in reverse. Very interesting card to find out what those misconceptions are all about. Cool. All right. So the Five of Clubs. This is your direct message from Source. This card, I like to call the social waltz. It is go time. It is doing the thing. It's intellectual pursuits. It is all about figuring out what's right for you. So this clubs card is all about Jupiter and judgment energy. Mostly on the judgment side being of the dark suit. So yeah, interesting in that it is related to the tarot. It's Uranus energy as well. It's star energy from the tarot. So the star is all about making that connection with spirit and having that loftier view of what needs to happen. So it is action with purpose. You've got direction, you know where to go, but it is a little bit of sorting through what works and what doesn't work. And the reason for that is that you need to take with you those tidbits from what doesn't work. There's always some nugget to store away, to keep in the toolbox, that when you do find the right solution to something, it is going to make it all that much more rich an experience. So yeah, fives, like I said, are Jupiter energy and judgment energy for the club suit, and intellectual pursuits. You want to think of the club suit like the leaves on a tree. There's just an abundance of ideas flowing. And for you, Virgo, that falls right into exactly the perfect place for a mutable sign to fall. You're that messenger of ideas. You've got those thoughts. You are organized in all of the best ways. You're practical and detailed. At least those are the attributes that are bestowed upon you as your zodiac sign. All good. The things to look out for as a Virgo is maybe feeling separated or not feeling validated or appreciated, and having those times where your desk is probably just a piled up mess. Your art studio needs a new cleaning out. Well, you're about to get the energy to do just that if that's where you need to go to get to where you are able to really reap the rewards of that Queen of Clubs sitting there. Oh my goodness, this is fabulous energy for you. So the fours, she rules the 4 of clubs, the 5 of clubs, and the 6 of clubs. So you can see right there, you've got that 5 of clubs covered. So this takes it up a notch. The Queen of Clubs is one of these beautiful cards where you get to work with all of that energy, not just Neptune, but you've also got that Mercury, and you've got that Jupiter and Pluto energy. Is that right? Venus energy. Venus energy is the 6s. So it's all good. You've got the stability, the knowledge, the how-to with the 4s. You've got that vitality, that good disposition with the Jupiter, joyful. And with Venus, you've got the ability to connect with something that you love and be able to see that into fruition from a validation from an outside source. So, of course, with the Queen of Clubs, it is in that intellectual pursuit. It is being grounded, being capable, all the good stuff that you'd want to be in order to really have that exercise and the work of being that 5 of clubs come into fruition for you. You know it's there waiting. This is the card that is the masculine card. So you're well aware of this process. It's something that you do on a regular basis. The thing to look out for is that Death card in reverse. Nothing to fear from the Death card. It is what it is, and it's there for a good reason. This is for you to figure out exactly what you're resisting. Yeah. Or feeling stuck around, or feeling misunderstood, or not having the opportunities that you think you should have, possibly limiting beliefs around what you can and can't have. But it is also about understanding exactly who you are at your core, right? Because the Death card means that you contemplate and you let go. Some things just have a season to them, a time limitations. And this card is saying that you've got some time because it's in reverse, but it is time to think about it. And the things that you need to think about are those shadow attributes and how you can flip those into that higher vibe, because you've got it all going on. That Five of Clubs is very energetic, very explorative, loving the exploration, the delving into what's new, what's next, something of interest, and something that's really drawing you in, something that you feel drawn to, that you know is just the right way to go. Might be just a step on the path because there's going to be many. That's just the way it is with the fives. But as I said, they are all good. There's something that you can gain from each and every step of this journey into that lovely Queen of Clubs. So, what to look out for in that Death card is any low vibe, as I said, of just having a resistance to changing on that dance, if you will, of figuring out what exactly it is that's going to work for you. So don't resist taking a look at what's next. You're a mutable sign. This is a mutable new moon in Sagittarius. You should be really good to go with all of that. So it shouldn't be a terribly difficult thing, but you might need to revisit or visit some limiting beliefs around opportunities and things like that, because when that Death card is in an upright position, it can be a real game changer, right? Coming into some real advantages. It's like a rebirth, a renewal of how you think things through. So be open and figure out exactly whatever it is that you have. You're probably already in the middle of it with that Five of Clubs. I'm getting that you're already on the path. You're about to take that next step. And that's when that Death card's little criticky voice in reverse comes in and starts telling you that in your feelings that you need to do something different, that what you're doing isn't up to snuff. Well, of course, it's good to listen to those things because they come from somewhere. And that is where you need to start to pull the string on whatever it is, where that voice, where that critic, where that feeling comes from. Because that is golden. That is so juicy and so good. So beautiful a gift to be given. So don't hesitate to just sit down, do a meditation around the full moon, ask what you need to begin, ask what needs to be let go, sort it through so that you can move into that Queen of Clubs card with confidence, because she is a very confident, very intelligent, very sorting it through, knowing exactly which way to go. So in the tarot, she's the Queen of Wands, which is Aries, and it is fire energy, and it has to do with the Emperor. All good, all strong, all just really beautifully, everything that you really need. Love it. Is there anything else that I could tell you about her? Well, yeah, I mean, she is also someone that is reliable. It's that feminine reliability, because she is of a feminine card. A masculine in that she is of the black suit, yes, but also a queen, which lends to the femininity of her. So she's got a nice balance between the two. Highly creative, highly intuitive, could be academic. There's a restless energy about her. She is probably the one that has the most energy to work with. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good. On the downside, you know, she could be a little bit of an egotistical nature, so watch out for that. That might be a clue as to how to maneuver what's going to be coming to you through your contemplations of that death card. So yeah, all good though. This is really a strong energy here that you are definitely on the right path to things. Definitely on the right path to figuring out another little piece of your puzzle with letting something go and keeping the good parts. Well, okay, there you go. And yeah, it's go time for you. Got a lot of work to do here, but it looks like you're going to enjoy every bit of it. All right. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like, and ask a question. I'll try to answer to my best abilities. Thanks. Okay, Libra, here's your cards. The top card here is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and will ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is your masculine energy. This is what you know already. It's what's chattering in your head. So we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? And then on the left is your feminine energy, and we're going to ask, what underlying misconceptions need to be visited? This is where your intuition is, your emotional feelings. All right, so let's turn the cards over and see what message is here for you. Seven of Spades. This is big transformation. Five of Hearts. Ooh, lovely creative energy. And the Two of Spades, all in the upright position, totally connecting eventually with remedies and cures. As long as you stay curious, that is the key to the Two of Spades. But let's start with the Seven of Spades, because I really feel sevens are really misunderstood. It is like transformation through big happenings, and this would be in remedies and cures. But as you can see, he's making it through. It is a tower moment that is taking place, and always for the better, chasing butterflies off to the next thing, and you're done. I mean, it's kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off. And if you are a Seven of Spades, you know what that's like. I'm a Seven of Clubs, and it is oftentimes you're just whistling on your path, and boom. Something out of left field drops in your lap, and you're all, wow, now what do I do? But this is such great practice, isn't it? Because the sevens are the gateway card. So what your daimon is telling you is that you are at a gateway to letting something big go, so that you've got some really beautiful, bright new something to come into. It's always for the better, always for the greater good. Just really a great card if you're looking for some change. If you need something to change up, this is the card for you. And as far as the remedies and cures come from, I mean, they are talking about physical and mental. So this is a clearing out of any blocks that have blocked you. It is seeing through whatever has been in your way. It is basically knowing something needed to happen. And coincidentally, this is related in the tarot to the Seven of Swords, which is under the care, if you will, of Aquarius and the star. Beautiful energy here, because it is your daimon speaking to you through source at the highest level possible, with a big picture, solid energy to take you to where you need to go. So really, with the Seven of Spades, you're to look at life, see this tower moment, if you will, as an opportunity. This is letting go of anything unhealthy, reinventing yourself, and staying out of the victim mode. You're moving from feeling like a victim of some sort, whatever this was that had held you back, whatever was involved in that, you are going to move through it and step into that warrior position. This is healthy realizations at the utmost for a gateway card. If you're really going to talk utmost, that would be the King of Spades. But this is the Seven. So this is you figuring out how to get from that Seven's connotation of it being on the apex of being able to take a giant step forward, and doing it in all the right ways, right? You got to do it with character, and you've got to do it with a high vibe. So yeah, stay out of that victim's mode. Don't run to what you relieve the pain, whatever that is, and don't overindulge in sympathy for yourself and feeling anything other than this being an opportunity to, like I said, take a giant step forward. It really, really is, at the core, one of the best cards that an artist, I think, could ask for. We're always looking to move on to the next big thing. It's lovely to have this new epiphany, this tear down, and to rebuild, or just to build something new altogether, right? So yeah, I would look at this Seven of Spades as moving on from something unhealthy and moving into something that is going to be very healthy. Because if you look at that Five of Hearts, right, that is the beautiful, emotional, figuring it out, trial and error, but you'll get there, gleaming every nugget from every trial that you suffer through, which doesn't have to be suffering. This could be, that didn't work, so I'm gonna try something new. Okay, so you're a Libra, so you're used to doing that sort of thing. You're a cardinal sign, and of a masculine vibration. It's Venus run, right? And you're an air quality, so this is nothing to you, really. And you're also the fall solstice, right? So you have everything that you need in your toolbox to, as a Libra, balance this thing out. It is the seventh house, which is an interesting correlation here, right? It's about marriage and partnerships and relationships. So with the cards of truth, this can be with anything, people, places, things, whatever whatever really speaks to what you're feeling in your physical body and in your mental body, mental mind. You know what I mean. Mind and body. You feel it. Yeah, and the Five of Hearts is just a super great card because this is having an opportunity to be given an opportunity to sort through a new artistic venture and to be totally engrossed in it and knowing that it's on your path to doing exactly that. This is Jupiter energy. It's justice energy. So you have all of that behind you. Jupiter, the planet of joy, because it's a 5 and it's a Thursday, and the justice because it is of the red suit. And justice in this upright position is just a great card to get here. I mean, it's all about being accountable for what you're doing. It's fair treatment, it's good choices, it's accepting the consequences of what you're doing. And you're doing that with integrity and strength. Lovely. I mean, justice served. Right? Yeah. So, and isn't that a Libra card, right? So, you know, it's just all beautifully coming together for you here. There's going to be some sorting through. That's just what the 5s have to do. And it's for a very good reason. There's a lot of energy that goes with this. And for you, for this reading, it is going to be related to your emotional feelings. So do pay attention to that. Really delve into that heart of hearts. You know, I've been saying this a couple of times already in these readings, but it would be really smart, really beneficial for you to do a chakra check-in. One hand on the heart, the other hand on your sacral and a little area below your belly button where all that creative energy lies, and connect your fingers, your little pinky and your thumb. Just touch on each other there, in between, right around that belly button. And just feel that connection, that oneness within. It'll really put you in a good position to be paying full attention to what your heart is telling you and what your creative chakra is telling you as well. And you'll be able to make that connection between the two. You'll really get an abundance of information. Keep your pad and pen handy. Jot down whatever you need to revisit later. Jot it down, let it go. It's on the paper. You'll be reminded. You can do that. And you'll be able to make those decisions that are going to come up for you with that 5 of Hearts, because it's all about a creative, right? The hearts, very creative suit. This is about that fruit part of the tree that's juicy and ripe and ready for the picking. And you're going to have a lot to pick from, right? There's like a apple tree and you are going to be able to pick a basket of apples. It's just meaning that, you know, it's that energy around every apple having a creative reason for being, and you being able to pick it, sort through it, try it out, give it a taste, keep what's working, like this magnificent, gorgeous recipe, and add a little of this, a little of that, and come back with this dish of creative energy that you are going to be able to create something fabulous from. It's going to take a little bit, That's the Two of Spades over here in the feminine. Yep, more remedies and cures. So it might start out that way, but then that voice of, what the hell am I into now? Where do I go from here? Nothing's matching up. It's all a mess. It's like somebody threw up all over everything. And I've got to collect it all. Yeah. But if you stick with it, and that's the secret with the Two of Spades, the twos in general, but the Two of Spades is all about not making that connection right away, that there are things in the way of making that connection. It's the Emperor card in the cards of truth related, and it again is related to Libra and justice. So you can see this whole reading is about you finding the balance, picking and choosing, getting through it, and sorting it out. But half the battle is going to be within you, because the spades are about mental and physical well-being. Health is everything here. So you got to keep clear-headed. You got to keep trying. Definitely sit in that meditation and ask your daimon, your guides, to help you with this. Don't forget the gratitude. Totally amazingly beautiful gratitude for whatever comes through for you. It'll be so worth it, because you will make that connection. It's not going to feel like it. That's that inner voice that's going to be like, oh no, I don't want to. It's too hard. It's too much. I don't have the time. I feel too stressed. I'm stuck. I can't do it. And you might get mad, and you might have conflict within yourself and go into perhaps withdrawals, as far as feeling withdrawn, not withdrawals like in addictions or something, although I suppose that could happen. But if that is the way you self-medicate, there's going to be opportunity to go down that low vibe path. I'm not saying it's not okay to have a couple glasses of wine or, cut loose for an evening or something, but definitely don't fall into that as a handicap, because that will just keep you back, right? It's a way of lying to yourself, and that's not where you want to go. So if you have a tendency, and this tendency could just be in the transits, so definitely check your chart, read your daily horoscope, and see what challenges you are going to face and where your strengths are, because you have many. In this reading, I don't need to repeat it, but I will. You've got all of this justice and Jupiter and finding a cure, moving on through something that was having its moment, but now it's time to let it go. The Seven of Spades, chasing another butterfly and having a good time with it, reaping the rewards of the Five and having it feel really good. Is it going to be easy? No, but it's totally going to be worth it. Okay, Libra, that's where I'm going to leave this one. Good luck. Let me know if this resonates. Give me a thumbs up. And thank you. Okay, Scorpio, here are your cards. So the top card here is a direct message from your daimon from Source. And we'll ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is the masculine energy card with what you already know, what's chattering in your head. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? On the left is your feminine energy, and this is where your intuition, your emotional feelings are. So we're going to ask, What underlying misconceptions need to be visited? Okay, let's flip them over and find out what message is in the cards for you. Ooh, Ace of Spades, very nice. Epiphany. Oh, you got the Daimon. Teak card. So the dark feather, the black feather is up. So this is Teak. It is fate. And we got the Six of Hearts in reverse. So I'm going to pull another card for this one because basically it's saying that this is a step on your path. All right, so we just got the Three of Diamonds. And so we're going to investigate just what that Three of Diamonds means for this step of fate. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so Scorpio, you are a water energy. You're wrapped up in those emotional death and regeneration is your card. It is what you do. You are familiar with having choices along your path and letting go. And that is pretty much what that diamond card is about. The Ace of Spades is you coming through with an epiphany. This is so beautiful. This is remedies and cures in your physical and mental situation. So, yeah, how healthy you are. Oh, I don't know where to start. This is so cool. And you've got the Six of Hearts in reverse for that intuitive voice in your feelings. And this is really what's speaking to you. Okay, so let's begin with the begin and look at this Ace of Spades because it is the aces are the Sun card. So this is you at your core. It relates to the Ace of Swords in the tarot, which both the cards of truth and the tarot encompass all of the pip cards. And they are all new beginnings. And they are all about starting something big, having an epiphany, an aha moment. So yeah, this is with your health and well-being. That's what the spades are all about. Okay, so wow, you are being handed an extraordinary gift. Use it well. This is pretty amazing. So we've got the daimon and we know it's fate. So this is something that is going to visit you on your path of destiny. It's leading you down the path to where you are here to go. It's just one of the things along the way that happens for you to get some remarkable insight as to who you are at your core being. Beautiful. Now you've got the Three of Diamonds as a sidecar. So this tells us that it is going to be related to sorting through some value that you hold in people, places, things that has run its course. You don't know it yet, but it's going to become obvious that it is time to let it go. It's just not working any longer. Worked fabulously while it worked, but now it's broken. You've used all that you can use from it, and it's time to walk away. The diamonds are about finding that value. Now this can be in your skills, your talents, your finances, and as I said, people, places, things. it's in the upright position, so that's a good thing. It is Mars energy, which is how you get what you want and how you receive what you need. And it's Temperance energy, so it's really finding that balance of what is true for you. But again, it is all about you coming to some realization of how you hold a value in something that is healthy, mentally or physically, for you. Wow. All right, so more about that Three of Diamonds. It's very intuitive. However, there is a reluctance to let go and walk away from something that had value, right? You're working a situation as hard as you can work it. It's been touch and go and a test of your values. Yeah. So, time to rethink things, and you're going to get a little bit of a wake-up call in that department. And you're going to wonder how this is affecting what you know intuitively and where your creative you might be left, right? Because there's a transformation happening here. You're moving on. You're going to have an epiphany. You're letting something go. You're making a new bargain of sorts with finding something of value that needs to be let go. So yeah, the Six of Hearts, this is where, and it's in reverse, so this is where you really need to listen to that inner voice. It's probably what you want to have happen, having that outside validation from people, places, and things about you and your creative journey. But you're going to have to sort through that, whatever fate is bringing you for that change of value of something important to you or that had been important. But you got to know, you know in your heart of hearts that it's run its course. So hopefully it won't be hard to get rid of. It might be a challenge to, I shouldn't say get rid of, it's not like throwing something in the garbage, right? It's like having gratitude for it being there for you for the time that it was, understanding that everything has a season and that it was a test. You're going to pass it. You're going to keep a high vibe. You're going to be grateful for the test. And you're going to be thankful, and you're going to walk away knowing that something better is there for you. Something new, something different, something that will hold a greater value, right? It's time to do an upgrade, that's all. It's an old, worn out something, and it's time for a new, brighter, more effective, deeper, graduating to a new tool, a new skill. That's nice. That is a very nice thought. Yes, I like that. And as far as that Six of Hearts being in reverse, in your heart of hearts, that voice inside is not really trusting that that's the way things are going to turn out. You could be really, I won't say afraid, but cautious and maybe not totally trusting that it's going to be a good thing. For you, Scorpio, you are a fixed sign, which makes it a little harder to eliminate something. But isn't that what you're here to do, Scorpio? It is. You know it is. If you know anything about your sign at all, you know that that is exactly what you are here to do. Emotional, yes. That's that 6 of hearts. The hearts are the emotional suit. And that fruit of the tree, there's an abundance there. And with it in reverse, you're either not seeing it or you're not, well, I shouldn't say that. I should say you're not seeing the value yet, the emotional stability and the connectivity that you will need to feel as a water sign, that connection to whatever artistic endeavor comes down the pike for you, right behind letting go of the 3 of diamonds. What you have to look out for is seeing and knowing that this is a step forward. So in actuality, you should be embracing this change, right? So, yeah, okay, Scorpio. Trying to think what else. You know, you could have a healthy curiosity about it. Find some humor in it. Sit with this. Because when this happens, this realization, this wake-up call, big or small, around the 3 of diamonds and whatever it is that you're going to be faced with seeing and accepting that it's time to let something go, just understand that it is simply time for something new, and how beautiful and curious and lovely something new can be, right? And we know already with that 6 of hearts that you're going to be tempted not to believe it. But in actuality, it's going to be a pretty big something, because if that was in the upright position, you would be being validated for your art, your creativity, your brilliance, all of that. I mean, in the upright, it's all of that. So in order to turn that around in the upright, you simply need to know that things happen. Things need to be let go. Things need to have that happen in order to make room for something better. So as long as you keep your mind in that healthy, that Ace of Spades healthiness of actually looking forward to this epiphany, it will be emotional. It will be something that you've held a value in, but it will be worth it. This is the ultimate true rebirth for you. Something's going to give and something's going to be regenerated. That's you. So keep it in a high vibe. Don't get sucked down into any of that being in a closed state, because you are a fixed sign, and that's very easy for you to just say nay instead of yay. And don't be confused by that. Just keep an open mind and receiving whatever it is that this is coming for you. Because don't get mad, don't have that temper, don't be defensive. Keep it high vibe, keep it curious, and be grateful for the opportunity to get an upgrade, because basically that's what this is. Okay, I think I'm done. I think that's all they had for you. So, wow, yeah. Okay, let me know if this resonates. Leave a comment, ask a question, give me a thumbs up if it resonates, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Oh, and one last thing, Scorpio. Be sure to check your transits and see where you are in this this here and now to figure out what might be coming up for you, what your challenges might be, what your strengths are, where all the planets are doing their thing for you right now. You'll be able to maneuver through this much better. This is like the most beautiful, beautiful new moon in Sagittarius, a mutable sign for you to really dive into that energy and have this all go just beautifully for you. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, Sagittarius, here's your cards. The first card here at the top, this is a direct message from your daimon, from Source. And we're going to ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? To the right, you have the masculine card. This energy is what you already know, what's familiar to you, that chatter that's in your head. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? And then on the left is your feminine energy card. This is where your intuition lives. This is your emotional well-being, that spidey sense, if you will, of feeling things through. So we're going to ask what underlying misconceptions need to be visited. Okay, Sagittarius, let's flip your cards and see what message we have for you. Wow, from your daimon, the Chariot card, the one I like to call the rodeo card, because you're riding it like a champ. The Emperor, very strong and stable. Oh, and the Seven of Hearts. That one's going to be interesting to deconstruct, to see what your emotional, intuitive well-being around your feelings are really, what's really happening with you here. Because the other two cards are incredibly strength, especially that Chariot, straight from the daimon. You know, that star on the top is saying this is directly from Source. This is like a big hello. And the Chariot, this is riding what you need to ride with grace and accuracy and just being in the driver's seat. So what else can we say about the Chariot? I'm glad it's in the upright position. That really makes a big difference as far as it being more of a gift rather than a challenge. So that part's good. It's related to the black suit in the cards of truth and the eights and Rahu. So this is where you want to go exploring, delving into experimenting, exploring. So your daimon's bringing you something to really, really dive into big time. And you can do it with every confidence that you want. I mean, you can have this, should have this. I would recommend having this mind and heart and spirit connection that is bound to lead you to a victory, some kind of vision. How beautiful is that, okay? And it's overcoming any obstacles. It's like whatever's in your path, yes, it'll be a bumpy ride, but you're in control. You're in control of the pursuit of your goals and your intentions. How beautiful is that? This is your new moon, Sagittarius. This is a beautiful, beautiful card for you to get. Whew! Ride 'em, cowboy. This is beautiful. Or cowgirl. Nice. Okay, so yeah, Rahu. Rahu is going where you want to go. It's that inkling, oh, that looks interesting. I think maybe I'll go and investigate that. Maybe experiment a little bit, feel it out, see how it works, see what it fits, and take it from there. it's your karma in life as well. It's what you're meant to explore. It helps you on your path of destiny. Yeah, really nice. And you're feeling it with that Emperor card. You've got to be feeling it, especially in the upright position. So this is moon energy, so it's emotional and it's connecting to that intuitiveness. It is of the black suit here because that is your twos of spades and twos of clubs. So we're looking at connecting with an intellectual pursuit, but also that it's going to help you in finding some remedy or cure. And it's going to be in the exploration of that is where you're going to find the gold. Wow. So, yeah, what else can we say about the Emperor? It's stability, that's for sure. It is authority and strength and knowing, having all the willpower, a high vibe character too, and just well respected. You're strong enough to step in when you need to and do the right thing. I mean, it's just a lovely, lovely card for you to be really feeling your oats and ready to go and having this beautiful gift of being given to you with that Chariot. So that brings us to the Seven of Hearts. It's a gateway card, so this is not easy. And in the red suit for the sevens, this is the Saturn card. So it's life's hard lessons. Saturday, Saturn, 7 days of week, incredibly spiritual number, really open and ready to receive what you need to. It's also related to the Death card. So something's going to give and something new is going to come in. It's going to be something of a emotional test of letting go. As I said, they're tower moments, so this is having Source step in and throwing a big obstacle for that Chariot in your path, a big emotional obstacle. But this is in the upright position. It has the light attributes, the high vibe attributes. It is embracing transformation, knowing that these cycles of emotional letting go of life and learning to do this with grace and peace of mind. And it's also testing that you're not going to hold yourself back with that. So easy for the sevens to let themselves be kept or keeping themselves in somewhat of a victim's mode. The sevens have that for a test. That's what they're here to do. So this is a test. It's a big test. It's an emotional big test that's going to take you a big, big step down the path. You're earning this in a really strong way. I can't believe you've got the Chariot and the Emperor card here. I mean, I'm envisioning the Emperor driving or steering or at the reins of the Chariot. I mean, imagine that for a second. Such strength, such capability, just at the controls. I mean, you're not going to get any better than this. It's beautiful, and it's where you're supposed to go. Even more beautiful. And the Chariot, there's another seven. So yeah, it's not going to feel like it at first with this Seven of Hearts. Emotionally, it's going to hurt. It might hurt a little, it might hurt a lot, but all you've got to do is stay open for the gains with this one. Yeah, now it's Scorpio energy because it relates to the Seven of Cups in the tarot. So that's under the Scorpio umbrella. And that is also the Death card. And it's Pluto. Pluto likes to blow things up. They don't care. Pluto doesn't care if it's good or if it's bad. It's just it's there. It looks like it can explode. Let's set it on fire. Aye. So, okay. But the big thing here is to stay out of the victim mode, really rise to the challenge of this being a test of coming through this with the highest character, the high vibe, smart way of doing things by just accepting that that's what happens. These things happen. And as a Sagittarius, you do understand this because you're a mutable sign. Yeah. You're a fire sign, which also is great. You've got Jupiter behind you. You keep that joyful frame of mind, so you're open to it. You like expansion. That mutableness of you is just able to change and to sort through these beautiful opportunities for you to really understand that it's exactly that. It was just time. It had its season. The season's over. And just as your sign, the end of the season, time to let it go. It's going to be an emotional rebirth for you. Wow. So with this new moon in your sign, I would definitely go look at your transits. Go check your daily horoscope and see what's up for you. You will find an abundance of information there to just support and figure out what's going to be challenging for you and where to put your energy to get through this in the best way possible. I mean, you could even be a Seven of Hearts in Sagittarius. So that's pretty beautiful energy right there. So, okay, this might be a really good reading for you. I hope so. All right, so I don't think there's anything else I'd add except that with these transformations of the sevens, as you can see, she's chasing butterflies. She's not allowing the broken hearts to come with her. She's going through that gateway, if you will, of the sevens into new uncharted territory with a lightness of heart. And so that is excellent advice for you to move forward into this new season. All right. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for watching. Give me a thumbs up if this resonates. Ask a question. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, thank you for watching. Okay, Capricorn, here are your cards. At the top here, we have the direct message from your daimon. This is from Source, and we'll ask the question, what should I focus my creative energy on at this time? On the right is the masculine energy. This card is what you already know, what's familiar to you, what's chattering in your head at the moment. And we're going to ask the question, how can I expand on this creative energy? And on the left is your feminine energy. With this card, it's where your intuition speaks to you, your emotional well-being, where you where you feel things out. So we're going to ask the question, what underlying misconceptions need to be visited? Okay, Capricorn, let's turn over the cards and see what we have for a message. 10 of Diamonds, that's the big wish card. 10 of Spades, wow, that's like the opposite of the big 10. Oh my God. Oh, and a Jack of Hearts. Wow, look at this. This is like both ends of the spectrum. Holy cow. But it's good. It's good because your Diamond's message to you is that your luck is about to change. You are headed for like whatever you want. You can make the big wish. This is the Diamond suit, so it can be in your skills, your talents, your finances. Wow, that is amazing. What loveliness coming to you. And clearly with the 10 of Spades, this is like the disaster card. They call this one walking through hell with a smile. That's if you're of a high vibe. You can imagine what it's like if you're a low vibe or have any of those tendencies. So please, please check your chart. Check your transits, see what your challenges are at the time. It'll make you feel so much better about what you've been experiencing, because clearly it has not been easy. Wow. And look at that crescent moon. It is like the new moon. Wow. So, this really tells a story. Whatever it's been happening, you can see his house is on fire. This is a masculine energy being of the black suit. He's having trouble. He's got disaster. His pockets are empty. There's nothing left in the tool bag. Yet he's not angry. He's not upset. He's looking at it as, okay, what can I keep trying? What else do I need to do? What is it that the universe is asking of me? Is it something that I can figure it out? It's a 10, so you're going to get reward for whatever effort you're putting out. The 10 of Diamonds at the top, same deal. For whatever effort, you get reward. Wow. So you've been struggling for a little while here, and it looks like your luck is about to change. Thank you, baby Jesus. Holy mackerel. That is wild. Such a flip. And look at the Jack of Hearts, darling. Oh my goodness. That is one of the most creative, beautiful, inspiring cards in the deck. Uranus energy, as you can tell by her tattoo, and it's feminine energy. So you are going to be in the lightest of hearts. I am so happy to see this here. You know it's coming. Well, you will know it's coming. When that 10 of Diamonds drops on you, you are going to be like, such gratitude. Finally, the light at the end of the tunnel. You've reached it. And that's what it's going to feel like. You can see the tools in her pockets are the aces, 2s, and 3s. This is really fast-paced energy where you connect to something of an ace value, which is epiphanies, new beginnings, brand new start. It's of the heart, so this is going to be of the emotional realm. You've got the 2s with that moon energy of the Sunday, Monday, moon day. and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it with that Empress energy. It's going to feel rich and fertile, pregnant with it, just ready to burst. And then you're going to be able to put it into action. That's the Mars. It is going to feel so good. Wow. That is crazy. You know, I could just stop the reading right here, but I'm going to go a little further because I can see that there's more of a message here for you. Let's go back to the Ten of Diamonds and really deconstruct what the Ten of Diamonds is all about. So you're thinking of groundedness with the diamond suit. So this is something stable. And as I said, reward for effort. So keep that in mind, because it's also your ecliptic life path. It's also related to the Wheel of Fortune. So that wheel has finally turned and you are off to a new beginning. Just beautiful. All right, so in the tarot, it's related to the Pentacles, suits, and Virgo energy, which is Mercury, which is a real thinking thing, and the Hermit. So take time to do that meditation and to really feel the gratitude and the warmth of making it through, getting everything that you could get from this experience that you've just been through. As hard as it might be, just feel the gratitude for having that come to pass, being left with a new knowingness that you are on the right path. Both cards, ecliptic, life path cards. This is your karma. This is what you're here to do. This is incredibly beautiful. Yeah, whatever struggles you've done with the Ten of Swords. So, well, okay, so just one more thing about the Ten of Diamonds before we pull that Ten of Swords apart a little bit, because the Ten of Diamonds is, like I said, it's a big wish granted. So be super aware, be really, really present with your manifesting at this time. This is an valued abundance, it's stability, okay? So meditate, jot things down. You've just been through a lot, or it might take being through a lot in order for this to come through. So whichever way it is, whoever this resonates with, it could be something that you've just gone through, or it could be something that you need to now go through in order for that big wish to come through. Keep in mind, it's the new moon, so it's new beginnings. So it's either one or the other. New beginnings off to this Jack of Hearts, which I get the feeling that that's what it is, because that is what you are knowing in your heart of hearts. That's what you're feeling. You can feel it just around the corner, ready and waiting for you. Maybe it's the new moon that's happening where that's going to switch for you, where all of that topsy-turvy stuff is going to go away and you're going to see and be able to make through the end of that light of the tunnel. Wow. Getting a little emotional here for you. And the Ten of Spades, I mean, yeah, it's a hard card, but from it you get fabulous rewards, right? I mean, going through something, but being able to get the rewards for staying in your high character, your noble character, to do this with being able to carry your burdens well. It's endurance. and you have it. You're doing it because it's in the upright position. You are, okay? This is related to the Magician. And the red is the Wheel of Fortune. So you can see how you can just manifest whatever you want. That big wish card is yours, so do take your time. Set it for the new moon. Set your intentions. You're coming into some super creative time here with your Jack of Hearts. You know it. You can feel it coming. You are almost there. This is so beautiful for you. Okay, so is there anything else that I would share about that Jack of Hearts? Well, yeah, I mean, it is the artist lover card. It's charming, it's fleeting, it's inspiring, but it leaves this permanent emotional change of perspective. Lovely. In a good way, right? Because it's in an upright position. So it's becoming adaptable and caring. It can even be flirtatious. So all the good stuff. Capricorn, this is good. This is very, very good. Now you're an earth sign. You're a cardinal sign. You're a solstice, winter solstice sign. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know elimination because you've got that ruling of Saturn. You're no slouch to understanding that there are lessons along the path. That's just Saturn's way. And it's always for the greater good of you and everything associated with you. So, yeah, I think, if I haven't already, do check your chart and visit the transits. Look at your daily horoscope. And if you've got the cards of truth or are connected with someone that can do your cards of truth chart, there may be something there for you as well. At some time, I will be looking for that. But if you want to leave that as a question in the comments below, I will answer that for you. I will look into what's up for a generic chart, or if you want to leave me that information of just your birthday and what card you are, I will be able to go and take a look and see for you, Capricorn, what is going on. Wow. All right. So for now, thank you. Good luck. And give me a thumbs up. All right. Thank you. Okay, Aquarius, these are your cards. At the top here, this is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and we're going to ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is your masculine card. This energy is what you already know, what's familiar to you, that chatter in your head. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? And on the left is the feminine energy. With this card, you're going to find what your intuition is doing, your emotional well-being, what you're feeling. So we're going to ask the question, what underlying misconceptions need to be visited? So let's flip the cards over, Aquarius, and find out what we have for a message for you. So we have the Nine of Clubs. This is the Pathfinder card. We have the Queen of Hearts in reverse. And we have the High Priestess. Very nice. So, yeah, interesting with the Queen of Hearts in reverse. But lets know that intuitively you are right where you need to be or will be on whatever mission your daimon has for you. So I call it a mission because this Nine of Clubs, this Pathfinder card, is definitely moving some intellectual knowledge and pursuits and ways of thinking about things are going to be coming to some crossroads, and you're going to be asked to let go of some preconceived notions, some idea that is so ingrained for you that you've brought it with you from your past life. It is like you. It's you being you is going to get a wake-up call about how you're thinking around something intellectual on your path of finding where you need to go. This is really cool. K2 energy is very interesting. It's the South Node energy. And for the black suit, the clubs and the spades, it has that Hanged Man energy, which lends to that thinking outside the box, looking at something from a different perspective. You're an Aquarius. You are looking at the big picture all the time. You're familiar with the Saturn life lesson kind of a thing. You are a fixed sign, so when you get an idea, you can really understand the path that it needs to take in order for it to come to fruition, to manifest something. Very good at that. And kind of having that ability to do it for not just yourself, but whatever you do, you are also thinking about the people, the bigger picture, those that are around you, those that you can have contact with to influence in some way, be an influence in the best way possible. So yeah, okay, that is a nice card for you to have here. It's also, I should say, a love of learning. This card is just in love with it. It's manifesting ideas. It's knowing your path. It's really looking for that truth. And that's something that's related to Sagittarius. In the tarot, the Jack of Clubs is related to the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands too. It takes the place of those. So it's Sagittarius energy, Jupiter energy, Temperance energy. So there's this connotation of, just that, being on the path, being open to looking for that truth that Sagittarius is so fond of and the Nine of Clubs is so fond of. Very, very interesting. Okay, so that's what your daimon has for a message for you. Looks like you're going to be really having a choice and a change of mind and choosing a different way, a different perspective of seeing what's out there around whatever this is. So that brings us to what you already are feeling, what you know, what's familiar to you, what's chattering in your head. And we have the Queen of Hearts in reverse. So the Queen of Hearts is Neptune energy. So we're off that watery, intuitive, dreamy connection. But it also encompasses the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s off the suit of the hearts. So the 4 of Hearts is this lovely stability, emotional stability. And the 5s are joyfully working something through, emotionally, really artistically time and again reaping rewards from what doesn't work in order to make the most of what does work. And of course that does happen because then you move on into the sixes, which are validation from an outside source. Really sweet. Okay. So lovely when it's in the upright position, but not so great when it's in the reverse. It basically is just saying that you haven't had an easy time emotionally lately. It's either that or it's going to be a bit bumpy for you to wrap your brain around whatever this 9 of clubs, your daimon, is bringing you for a deconstruct. Interesting. So the advice here with the shadow attributes, the possibility of this Queen of Hearts, the one I like to call the grandmother card because she takes care of everyone and everything, including herself. She's just high vibe, knows what to do, when to do it, can pull out the tough love when she needs to, but done with finesse and just a high character, a noble character, and busy, can do a lot. You know, she can juggle a lot emotionally and keep it all in perspective. But when it's in the reverse, it can be a challenge to do what you're going to need to do with a lightness of heart. And definitely check your transits. See what is going to be challenging for you in your chart. This new moon energy is around starting something new. So it could be for you to switch gears and start to understand that it's a moment in time, a moment on the path, and it could be, probably is, highly associated with whatever is going to come to you that needs to be rethought. Well, of course. Yes, that Queen energy is definitely going to ask you to pull yourself up from your bootstraps and to put a thinking cap on. You know, you should just probably take a meditation and really sit in what doesn't feel good. Because when you do, and you jot it down, keep your pad and pen handy, write it out, just a couple of words if that's all you need, and you can revisit it once your meditation is over. But to be aware of what keeps coming up for you, what your feelings are, what your intuition is telling you, what keeps cropping up in that chatter in your head. Those are all clues of you. You can dig deep into this, dive deep into it, and really discover some nuggets of gold about who you are at your core, right? And given every opportunity to really manifest something, a path to better understanding, because that's really what this looks like. Because you've got this lovely, lovely High Priestess card here. You gotta love the High Priestess. She's the one that delivers the seed of whatever it is. And in this case, it's something intellectual that you've had your heart wrapped around, right? But it's time to rethink it. It's time to look at it in a new light. And even though you're a cardinal, a fixed sign, I know this is going to be hard for you to do in some cases. But you are also of the house, the 11th house, rule of friends, hopes, wishes. So definitely check your transits and see what's happening for you, because you're going to find a lot in what your strengths and your challenges are going to be around this new moon. Wow. But the High Priestess, I mean, my goodness, this is going to be a good outcome. You're going to do it. You are going to do it with gusto and strength and knowing where you need to take it. That is what you do. You think the bigger picture for all. You're a visionary. So it's all good. And what else can I say about the High Priestess here? So the High Priestess rules the red suit of fours. It is Mercury related, communications, which is good. So keep in mind that there will be some communication coming to you, however, which way and form that might come. It could be, just anything, an email, an ad, a work of art, someone you bump into says something, you find a book, you open a book, and just any little thing can tip the balance, be the straw that tumbles the basket of straws, and then you are left with an empty basket, and you can rethink things in the grandest way possible. So with the High Priestess comes some really nice attributes, full of wisdom. There's this duality that comes with it, and being able to see things from all sides. There's a serenity, right? You're going to do it with grace. Divine guidance, because she's delivering from your daimon. She's got the seed that she's going to plant in you. So it's beautiful. It's a lot of self-knowledge that you'll be able to draw on or receive or come into. It is the psychic mind, right? The thinning of the veil between realms. So you're going to have a bit of an easier time hearing what the High Priestess has in store for you. You'll be receptive. Just understand that it's not going to totally feel that way or look that way when it first happens for you, but that is your challenge here, right? To come into that Queen of Hearts, any low vibe that you're feeling from it, any low vibe emotional transits that are going to influence that side of you, and take it and bring it to a new level. Come into that High Priestess beautifulness and really make something special for yourself. That's a lovely, lovely reading. Okay, Aquarius, thank you. Thank you for watching, and good luck with all of this. Leave me a comment or ask a question. I'll do my best to follow through. And until next time. Okay, Pisces, here is your reading. The top card here is a direct message from your daimon, from Source, and we'll ask the question, where should I focus my creative energy at this time? On the right is the masculine energy. With this card, it is going to reflect what you already know, what's familiar, what's chattering in your head. And we're going to ask, how can I expand on this creative energy? And on the left is the feminine energy. This is where your intuition and your emotional and your feelings and your well-being in that, how closely you're connected to it. And we're going to ask here, what underlying misconceptions need to be visited? So let's flip the cards, Pisces, and see what message is for you. Ooh, the Magician. Cool. Oh, very nice. The Ace of Clubs. That's original, new ideas. And the Fool. Lightheartedness. Carefree, on the path, moving to where you need to go. They're all in the upright position, so this is going to be a very positive experience for you, Pisces, and yay! So right off the bat, the Fool is one of the cards of truths associating cards with Pisces. So here you go, already, great connection. And you've got the Magician card as your message from your daimon. So this is manifestation at its top. It's in the upright position. So whatever it is you want, you can get, right? Direct from spirit, passing straight through your daimon, having them tweak it to the best that they can to help you on your path. That's what they're here for. And bringing you not necessarily what you want, but definitely what you need. And it looks like it's all good because you've got this Ace of Clubs here. This is the original idea card. This is a sun card. It reflects the sun. So it's who you are at your heart. Just really lovely. So, yeah, let's talk about that Magician card first, because it is related to the black tens in the cards of truth. So it's connected with your ecliptic, your life path, in other words. And the light attributes around this Magician card is just this new opportunity, right? To manifest a new beginning. It's done with confidence. You have all the skills, all the originality, another originality card, and focus. You're able to focus, make a commitment, and have, get this, unlimited potential. Wow. This is perfect timing and a definite life path intention. So this is a big deal, Pisces. Big deal. And I love that you get the Fool card here because it's going to keep it light-hearted, carefree, and you're going to just skip your way through this. It's going to come to you. It's going to come easy. It's going to come lovingly, directly. You're going to have a fabulous new original idea, and you couldn't ask for a better reading here, honestly. Let's talk about that Ace of Clubs, because this is what you know in your heart of hearts. So something tells me that you are perhaps a bit of a spiritual magician. Being a Pisces, you're probably more open to that spiritual connection than other cards might be. If your chart is set up that way, you could take a look. I would obviously ask you to do that because it would be a fabulous idea to take a look at the transits, see what is going for you, see what's might come up as an obstacle for you, if any. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's pretty good sailing from here, but it could give you some real insight into how to move forward on this new idea, this new original thing that is going to just pop on you. I just love this. It is really, really nice. So, Pisces, you are You are Jupiter ruled in the old tradition, but you're Neptune ruled in the new way of thinking. So you could go either way. The Jupiter I kind of like here because it is of Sagittarius and it is really joyful nature to and perspective and just a way of presenting yourself in a bright, light, happy way. Jupiter loves to make the most of something, so it's great in that way. But the Neptune connotations is also kind of that as well, because that can take you into that spiritual, dreamy connection that is totally related to your intuition and just being able to channel for yourself what you need. I can't wait to find out just exactly what you come up with. It looks like the sky is the limit, and I hope it is a very, very nice surprise for you. What a treat. Seriously, what a treat. Really like this. So again, with the Ace of Clubs now, this is also, you might want to think of it as the leaves on the tree, because there's just such abundance. There's so many. Clubs are at the height of summer, so it's warm and friendly and conducive to just opening to loveliness. It is encompasses all of the cards. So you've got not only the ace, the epiphany of an idea, you've also got all the skills, all the talents, all the emotional well-being, the health of all the cards in the club's suit. So all of that, everything that's wrapped up in it. So this is really good. It's really good. It is having creative focus, which is also excellent. It is being eager and open to new enterprises, which doesn't seem a far-fetch for you, Pisces, because you're a mutable sign and you are right there in all the attributes, right along with Sagittarius and Virgo and Gemini. So, you know, it's just who you are to be open to that fluid, bouncing back and forth, to really be able to move through to that right path, and keep on the right path, right? And with the nature that your zodiac sign brings to you, just having that fluid thought and being sensitive and just knowing your emotional balance. Lovely. And imaginative. I mean, these are all reasons why the Fool is part of the Cards of Truth cards for you. In the tarot, it's the Moon. But in the Cards of Truth, they use the Fool. So you can see where that's all coming into just where you need to be in order to make the most of this. Keeping perspective, of course. And it's also, interestingly, the Ace of Clubs is a mood lifter. So if you've been feeling in the dumps or not feeling a particularly happy vibe, that's about to change, or maybe it is already. But this does sort of hinge around the new moon's energy that is coming out right at the same time as these readings. So definitely take a look at your transits, see what that new moon is doing in your chart, and you can ask me questions. You can ask to see if you want to leave your card, what card you are. I will look at your chart generically and let you know what might be up from the birth chart and how it's all laid out. I'll try to answer whatever questions I can. It's a pretty interesting idea that's coming your way, and I'm very, very curious as to what that's going to mean for you. So very cool, and wow, I'm not sure what else to add here, if anything. It just looks like you are at this really beautiful apex of receiving a fabulous new idea that you are going to know exactly what to do with. I love that the Fool has that energy of lightness of being, and that the Ace of Clubs, I put the birds on there as just having this lightness of thought, this ease of having that delivered to you. It is really beautiful. Very nice reading for you. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it resonates. And yeah, leave me that comment, that question, and I'll do my best. And thank you for watching, and until next time.